Well, as Natalie just mentioned, Independence Day is coming up soon, and that means the next few days and nights might go off with a bang. Hopefully a fun and safe one. Here with some great reminders when it comes to fireworks safety and along with some other things is Artie Taylor here, a fire inspector with Hillsborough County Fire Rescue, and Nicole Revitt, their public relations officer. Good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning.
So yeah, let's start off with fireworks. It is a fun time of year, but it's also a very dangerous time of year. We hear the reports, I believe every year there's someone who gets injured from fireworks. So break it down for us. Let's start with you, Artie. What do we need to know? What are the ones that we need to make sure are safe?
Well, we need to make sure that we understand that fireworks injuries are on the rise since 1999, correct? And if we're going to go shopping for fireworks, let's stick with the approved items.
How do we know if it's approved, Artie?
Okay, the approved items are going to be a list off the State Fire Marshal's list that do not leave the ground or explode.
Okay, so you brought some in here, and this is what you need to look for. It says emits showers.
That's correct. Every package will be identified with emits showers of sparks.
Okay, all right, so this is what we need to look for. The best advice we were talking about earlier, though, is if you can, go to one of the big fireworks shows.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of them, right?
Absolutely. Avoid the tents. We have nice shows going on all over the county. They are free. They are permitted. We inspect them for pre-shoots, placement of the audience, and it's just a safe place to be.
So that's the safest thing. But again, we know that people are still going to want to do it at home. Right. So I know you said there's a couple things. I know it'll kind of go along with grilling safety as well. But what do we need to keep on hand if we are going to do it at home?
If we're going to do them at home, let's keep a bucket of water, a garden hose, a fire extinguisher. If we have an item that does not properly light, don't try to relight it. Just go and douse it in water and dispose of it.
All right, and let's talk about these sparklers. Yes. You're a fellow mom. These give you as much anxiety as they do me.
Absolutely. The tip of the sparkler can reach up to 1,200 degrees. Our bunker gear is rated for 800 degrees. If you think about handing your child, you keep them safe throughout the year and then you hand them something. We think, oh, it doesn't explode, it doesn't leave the ground, but the tip of this can cause severe burns. So we want to make sure that although you think they're safe, again, our little mnemonic is go to the, leave it to the pros, go to the show.
Yes, go to the show. All right.
Absolutely.
Well, now let's kind of move out to backyard. We know people are going to be grilling. This is a big grilling time of the year.
Yes.
The grill's going on. I know you have some important reminders for people too.
We do. We want to make sure that 911 is a number you do not have to use this holiday season. So we have a few tips when you're grilling. We want to make sure that the grill is away from any structure, any overhang. If you're lighting the grill, please make sure the lid is open. And if you're having troubles lighting the grill, turn the gas off, let it sit for a few minutes, and then try and start it again. That way we're not starting a fire with, the gas being at exaggerated amounts in that area. Also, we want to make sure that you don't, we want to make sure that you don't get confused. Everyone thinks of a grease fire and they think, oh, I'll have a water hose and I'll just put the water on the fire. Well, that intensifies it, increasing your chances for burns. So we want to make sure that everyone has an extinguisher close by, and that again we're making sure that children and pets are out of the grilling zone so we avoid any burns. If you're doing the charcoal grilling, please make sure you allow that to cool in its own time, that it's safely stored away so pets don't get around it, and that you don't dump it in anything while the embers are still hot.
Yeah, well, and turn the propane off. I think we've all been there, right? Where sometimes you forget to do, so please make sure that that is done as well.
Absolutely.
Hey, let's go into water safety real quick before we run out of time. This is so important. People have fun, they're at pool parties, they always think someone's watching.
Absolutely. We want to make sure that this holiday season that, again, you're not having to call 911 and that you're not in the back of our rescues. These PFDs are so important, not only when we're talking about pools, but we're talking about everyone out on a boat. We want to make sure that the children between ages 1 and 4, the highest rate of death is drowning for them. We want to make sure that this does not replace adult supervision, that you put this on and just let them go and think, oh, this will save my child. We want to make sure that if they're in the boat, they're wearing this at all times. It's when the incident is occurring, that's too late for you to actually put it on your child.
Hey, real quickly, PFD, these are the most common. But kind of explain what these are and kind of the options.
You have them. They are done by weight and height, but you want to make sure that when it's fitting your child, that they're not easily able to take it off. That they do fit your child. And sharing is caring. We learned that, but not in this instance. We want to make sure we have one per child, one per person on the boat.
And make sure they're wearing them on the boat too, because we talk about it's always nice, when they're on the boat that they're there. But sometimes an emergency, you don't get any notice.
Exactly. You don't have that time. We know that just like driving a car, you keep your child as safe as possible in your own car, but you have to worry about other people that are on that water, that are on the streets. So keeping your child safe.
And going back to the pools and beaches and things, make sure someone is watching. Have a designated watcher.
Absolutely. We call it a whistle watcher. We have a little bracelet with whistles, and we make sure that if you are watching the child and you get up and you leave that area, that you come and say, hey, I need to go someplace. Can you please watch the child? It's just communication. It's not rocket science. It's simple safety tips to keep your children safe and make sure that we don't have to come on scene. We want to make sure that everyone has an amazing holiday, and you're not having to use us to help fix a situation. The best way to prevent a fire and injury is to prevent it in the first place, and that's all we're doing here today with you.
Well, thank you both so much for coming in today. And again, I know you guys are really passionate about that people have a good time, but just staying safe. And these are really crucial reminders. So thank you both so much. We really appreciate it.
Enjoy your show. Thanks.